checking in. It's I think it's April 11th, which is Friday night. Actually, no, it's April 12th because it's past midnight. I just had a comedy show and I killed it live on stage in Mission Improbable, which is why I'm wearing this black tie with my black and white outfit. But really, the reason tonight I wanted to do a video was not because of my successes, but because of a failure. And it's an okay failure because I feel pretty lucky to have even gotten the chance to fail. So recently, there's going to be people crossing by, so I'm going to try to keep it intimate and personal between us. You never know what's going to happen. So let's just keep it between us. All right, well, good. So you might notice that I have chosen this location particularly for today. So I had a great show, killed it. But today I also had my first callback to a major commercial since I've gotten my new commercial agent. I've gotten a new commercial agent and he's gotten me one audition, and I nailed that first audition and got a callback. I was in Vegas with Mitch from Gamefront, and we were doing some stuff that honestly, I'm gonna put this up soon, and the embargo for those things aren't until April 22nd, so I can't say much about it. But we were in Vegas doing work stuff, and I got a call back for the audition that I killed, my first audition through my agent, and I went in today straight from Vegas. I ended up having to drive. I had a flight, canceled the flight, drove my car all the way from Vegas to LA, which takes about 6 hours. Sure, I made it in 5, but let's be honest, it's a 6-hour drive. I just happened to be able to do it in 5 to get to the audition in time. And when I got there, I kind of failed the audition. I don't think it was super bad, but for instance, what the big thing is I'm a theater guy, not so much a commercial guy, so I've got to do some learning there. And the first thing the director, because when you're in a callback, my first audition was in front of one person that was a session director, and he gave some notes, and I took those notes well and did a great job. Got a callback. Sorry, everybody that didn't. But for the callback, there was a director and a whole bunch of clients from this unsaid company that's representing an unsaid car. And I was supposed to be somebody with facial hair that reminds me of somebody from the 1970s. So I'm killing the look of it. I've got what they're looking for. But when I delivered my lines, I had practiced my lines a lot, and they kept asking me to bring my volume down. And with no joke, I don't even know if you'll be able to hear this, but when I eventually hit the volume the director was looking for, it was at this volume. Well, hold on, let me wait for the bus to pass, because the bus is louder. It was like this. I was supposed to talk like this, and I wasn't allowed to blink. So it took the guy, I had to read the line like 4 times before I reached that volume. I kept lowering my volume, and he was like, no, lower, 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 lower. And finally I got it, and I was like, damn, I did a good job. And then I realized that was just him trying to get me to be able to say the line right, and now I had to do what I had not been able to practice, was the body movement. And what it was is I had to have my back to the camera, and then I had to be able to snap and turn to the camera with basically a 180-degree turn with my waist and neck, but not my feet. And then after hitting the camera, I had to talk to the camera and say my lines. And I did okay, but there was some simple errors. I was having a hard time hitting that camera, like I wasn't good at aiming. I guess you're probably pretty surprised that would be a problem for me. But when my back is to the camera and I try to turn and aim and snap to it, it was difficult. And now the director didn't say I did a bad job, but when he did say finally thank you, he was like this. He's like, oh, thank you, great job. So I'm willing to say that I probably didn't land that commercial. If I get it, it was simply by the looks of things. Definitely not skill level today. But you know what? I have the freedom to fail, and I hope everybody feels okay with it, because I feel lucky that I even had the audacity to fail. Oh, I don't want to use the word audacity. The gall to fail. Sometimes you have to be willing to fail. I knew driving back from Vegas for 6 hours before going into an audition wasn't going to be the best position, but I couldn't not do it. If you can, you should, because there's a lot of people that can't. So please, if you can, do.